You're invited to sit in. We do this every day, Monday to Friday. If you would like to subscribe, just a quick shout out, go to www.awesome10x.com. Reach out to us. You can sign up for just 2,000 a month or $40. That is 40 US dollars or 2,000 pesos a month. We're invited to sit in all of our classes and learn how to invest globally in the best companies in the world. We're going to discuss what's the definition of a Biden-Harris presidency for your portfolio. So most of our clients, I was greeted with congratulations for most, and I'm actually happy for everyone. We make money, you made money, everybody happy. And one of our Awesome 10X members, he just had 3 words. He said, "What a night." And indeed, it was just like all green for most of the Awesome 10X picks. And it's not just like up 10%. We're talking about up 20, 30, 40, 50, 80%, even if you just invested with us a month ago. So these are actually actual portfolio snapshots. For all of you, you should be aware that Joe Biden is leading and the market has been investing on the Biden presidency ever since, I would assume, since August. So since August, all the solars were doing a rampage move, and we were of the belief that not only was it a Joe Biden presidency, it wasn't really a bet on which president. We were merely reflecting our secular trend ideas, and of course, our secular trend idea is to be long renewable energy and long a company that will benefit on that, which charging stations, vehicles, and so forth. And as you could see in some of the electric portfolios, these are what happened just last night. Indeed, we want more Filipinos to be successful in investing in the global stock market. This is what Awesome 10X wishes to empower all Filipinos. We want you to learn how to invest with your $1,000 or $250. Take note that you can buy your own even in the Philippines, you can invest globally, open an online account. What we do use is Interactive Brokers. We are not an affiliate of Interactive Brokers. However, we use that. Some of our clients use eToro. Some of our clients use Ameritrade, E-Trade, Charles Schwab, Webull, Robinhood. It really doesn't matter. But I think like Webull and Robinhood is only for American citizens. For foreigners like us, we use Interactive Brokers. I think like all of us can use Interactive Brokers. Why? 1.59% interest rate in a single year. Yes, you heard me right. No minimum balances. You can open an account for just $50, but I would assume that you have to open at least $1,000 to make it worth your while. And then of course you can open an account. Use your dollar account to bank wire from your BDOs, your BPIs, your Metro Banks in the Philippines to bank wire your dollars in the Interactive Broker bank wire, which is JP Morgan or Citibank. Usually that's if you don't know how to do bank wire, you can also ask us. We can also help you out. We have our dollar accounts, which we can transfer dollars into your Interactive Brokers. We've been helping a lot of our Awesome 10X clients on that front. So you can just pay me in pesos and I'll wire transfer the dollars for you. Okay, so last night, as you can very well know, the super strong outperformers were your Chinese electric vehicles such as Xpeng Motor. That was 30% up last night, $35. Extended hours, we're seeing a move of about $35.40. I think a while ago it was even as high as 38. There was really going to be profit taking inevitably. However, we do note that I think at about 29 all the way to 30, there will still be buyers, even if it goes there today, because after the 30% run last night. Jinko Solar was also up 30%. I think there will be some profit taking already on this, $72. Nano Dimension went up 30%. This is a good earnings related move. Take note that Nano Dimension, we have been harping on this name since 225, and we added more at about $3, $3.15. So at $3.85, there's a 20-30% move in just a few days. You can take profit on some of these big winners. Xpeng, Jinko Solar, Nano Dimension, Sun Power, Plug Power, Enphase, Solar Edge. Take note that not all of these have been covered by Awesome 10X. Xpeng was covered. Jinko Solar was partially covered, not too covered. Nano Dimension was, SunPower is still our Awesome10x pick. It doesn't mean that if you take profit at about 1950 that you should sell all. It assumes that you actually bought at 7, averaged up at 11 or 12, averaged up at 16. Assuming you are selling at $19 or 19.50, you are merely selling the third buy, which is the highest buy that you've done, which is about $16. For plug power, the highest price entry that we've done here was $9. I never recommended as high as 14. So this 18 is actually 100% higher than 9 if you really follow our $9 entry. Enphase was a buy since 25, 45, 50, 60, 70. The highest price that I allowed was $70. It's now trading at 120. That is more than 100% up. I do think that Enphase might have some profit taking. So at 120, these would merit some take profits. That doesn't mean that you have to sell all, but it doesn't mean that you have to buy either at these levels. Meaning, current levels of these solar electric vehicles, if you don't have it, do not chase it. If you have it though, you do not need to hurry. You don't need to sell it. You can sell partially if you want to, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4. Assuming you do not want to sell any of these winners, we are also fine. We are also okay if you don't want to sell. NIO is now trading at $42. Some of us got in even as high as $25. But a couple of us actually just changed, just really parked money on Xpeng, Xpeng Motors. 21, 22, we added there. Some of us were really early at about 18, 19, they got in. And yeah, so this one, for Xpeng, I think there will be some profit taking here at about 35, 36. But there will be buyers at about 31, 32, or even 30. If you want to trade that 20% range, that $6 move, I will say yes for that, but it's also okay not to do anything. Meaning, if you do not want to sell a single share, let's say you have it at 21, 22, you just want to average up at 31, I would say yes to that, assuming that you can average at 31, because I'm not even sure if it will pull back. Okay, so Hillian, we didn't cover. FCell, we said to buy at 2, it's now 245. There will be profit taking there, I think, for fuel cell. SQM was not covered. Array, we covered this. Even at $39, I think you can still hold on. But there will be some resistances for Array at about 42, 44. So just be aware of that. But there will be buyers on Array as low as 37, 36. So don't be in the hurry. First Solar, in my view, has a strong support at $80. And so even at 86, 87, not in a hurry to sell. You can just hold on if you want to. First, FUV, the fun vehicle, RC Moto, we still think that 630 is not too expensive. If you do not have FUV, you can actually enter FUV at $6 below. So this one is not a sell. Just hold on to your FUV. Workhorse at these levels, we don't have a strict buy. We try to cover Workhorse at $6. At 17, I am not too sure. It's not a buy, it's not a sell. It could be bought actually. So I'm more on the neutral zone for Workhorse. SBE, switchback, we still hold on to that. I think that if you don't have SBE, you could buy SBE below 14.5 if you can. So recently, because of the Biden presidency, there's really been a huge premium on all electrics and solars. So this is a strong run-up. This is a confirmation of all our bullishness. However, even if SBE at 15, I think you'll still have an entry at about 14.50 if you don't have it. Try to see if you can buy that for the month. Clean Spark, 9 below. I'd say that there will be buyers. You don't need to hurry. There will be some sellers on Clean Spark, 9 to 10. There was a secondary equity offering on Clean Spark. So I think like below 9, you can still try to approach that below 9. Try to pick it up at 850 below. Sunrun at 58 isn't too expensive. I mean, yes, I agree that some people say SunPower versus Sunrun. SunPower is cheaper than Sunrun. Sunrun is expensive, expensive, expensive. Agree. However, in my view, these are secular trend winners such that even if Sunrun has some resistances at 63 all the way up, here's what you'll do with Sunrun. If you don't have Sunrun, you can try to post at about 56. I'm not sure if you can still enter because a couple of days, Sunrun went as low as $50. So actually, we still added at 49, 50, 53. But if you don't have Sunrun, as in zero position, so Sunrun, we have been buying this since about, well, actually, I tried to cover Sunrun $13, $19. and then added more at $27. Highest price then to pay was 36. However, I'd say that as long as you have Sunrun below 60, 60 to 50, so try to average at about 55, you should be okay. You'll be fine. You'll get an entry point somewhere within the next few weeks for volatility wise. Rene Sola was not covered, but it's just part of the trend. So as you could see, this week alone, this week was a very, very powerful move for Xpeng. So the highest potential profit-taking zone would be for Xpeng and NIO. Xpeng was up 85% a week. NIO is up 38%. That means your Xpeng, potentially for those who are watching this show who does not have Xpeng Motors, you might have an entry at about 31 below. I don't know, but let's see. For NIO, I'm not chasing NIO, but I think at $25 below, your entry points are fine. Plug Power, nope. Geely Automobile at about 30% up this week, still holding on to it. I think that one can move at $30. So any dips below 19, there will still be buyers for Geely Auto, 175. Ganfeng Lithium, this is a lithium, what should I say? They are, Ganfeng Lithium and Albemarle are the two largest beneficiaries of this 4x move in the electric vehicle because they are the lithium miners of the world, serving your Teslas and all the Chinese electric vehicles. Therefore, Ganfeng Lithium is going to go, in my view, at about $100 one of these years. So if you can get 1772, also known as Ganfeng Lithium, at about 40, it's 50 now. So I think like you wait for Ganfeng Lithium to try to go down a little bit, but just put it on your watch list. It's not supposed to be bought yet. As you could see, there's been a lot of strong moves. We're talking about outperformances, 15% to 80% moves in just a single week. There will be profit taking for all of these companies. These would still outperform, but take note that they're winning massively. Year to date, NIO actually went from $1 to $42, 10x move. Xpeng is a recent IPO. I do think that Xpeng, if you're gonna ask me for about 1 to 2 years from now, I think that your $20 cost will never be entered back again. It could be about $70 to $80 to $100 someday. So yeah, even at 31 below, you want to re-enter more shares rather than taking profits too soon. So as you could see, very strong, powerful moves. We're seeing triple-digit moves for most of these, except for F-Cell, which is not making money. Take note that all the fuel cell companies, including Plug Power, I think Plug Power doesn't have money making yet. I know it's still a loss. Bloom Energy is still at a loss. F-Cell is still at a loss. So most of these fuel cell technologies aren't still making money. Nonetheless, you'll notice that these triple moves, even if Enphase is a triple-digit move, BYD, of course, is very strong. Indeed, at $200 now. Most of them are actually in the running for about 300 to 500% moves. This is your NIO. As you could see, after that gap up here to about 25, it's now hitting 42. There was a strong consolidation mode here. Therefore, in my view, NIO, even if it falls down, would probably just stay above 25, such that any drops at about $30 or 35 would actually encourage more buying rather than selling. This would have some profit taking. I wouldn't discount that move. However, the trend will still be your friend. Those who have NIO, continue to hold your shares, especially if your cost is below 25. However, if you bought somewhere like Habol, if you chase at about $30, $35, do try to profit take fast. Lock in some gains, maybe half, and then see whether you can re-enter back. For Xpeng Motors, Xpeng, for those who aren't aware, the founder of Xpeng is also, so He Xiaopeng, so it's named the Xpeng Xpeng. That's the name of the CEO, founded 2014. Sorry, Tesla, Xpeng P7 has the best EV range. NIO and Xpeng are Wall Street's favorite Chinese EV stocks. President Brian Gu. Okay, so Xpeng, for those who aren't aware, is a subsidiary of Guangzhou Xpeng Automotive Technology. And we have a deep coverage on Xpeng in our Awesome10x, which is why we want you to enter our Awesome10x and subscribe. However, for just for a clue for those who aren't aware, okay, so Xpeng we have been buying at about 18 to 21. Very strong move last 2 days ago, 3 days ago, from about 22 to 36. If you were listening to our channel, we are also saying that Xpeng since October have been delivering 220% increases in deliveries. Also, they've got a $500 million investment from government and Alibaba. And this one has a production ramp up for the next 2 years. They want to reach at least 100,000 vehicles a year. So far this year, they are selling and delivering about 20,000 vehicles year to date. So this is your NEO. For those who aren't aware, Xpeng is less than, when we were covering it, it was something like $15 billion. So I think right now it's already trading at about $30 billion. That is still a fraction of your NEO, which is now trading at about 60 billion. And it is a huge fraction, like a rounding error for your Tesla, which is actually a $400 billion behemoth. So these are your Chinese Tesla wannabes. And in my view, Xpeng Motor is worth your money. That's why we invested about 18, 19, 20, 21, and even as high as 22. Okay, so this is the trio. This is William Lee. And this is Neo. This is the green. The guy in the green is actually our pick. That would be Xpeng. The guy on the right is Li Auto. We don't have any coverage of Li Auto, but they are the triumvirate. You could actually argue that the Chinese cars are going to take over electric vehicles in the world, and they want to be in the top 10 of your portfolio. If your portfolio has Tesla's number one, even if they're just number 2, 3, 4, they want to be there for you. So in our case, we do have some electric vehicles in our portfolio. Some of us have Neo, some of us have Xpeng, some of us have, I never covered Li Auto. Some of us have BYD and GD as well. Some of us traded General Motors because General Motors has some Chinese cars. And of course, General Motors owns Cruise, which is active. Ford also has their own, but we normally trade GM and F. We don't buy and hold. Buy and hold for us is Xpeng. Neo, if you have it, congrats if you have it very early on, especially if you were very early as $2, I will congratulate you for that. So Xpeng IPO, after the IPO pricing, Xpeng Motors had an IPO this year. It was $15 each. So I do believe that about $40, $45, there will be some selling pressure on Xpeng. However, just like all the Xpeng bulls out there, we do disagree that Xpeng is expensive here at current levels of even 35. At 40% of NEO's enterprise value, Xpeng stock price is $35. At 50%, it's 43. At 60%, it's 51. As long as NEO keeps on rising, Xpeng is such an undervalued play, despite actually displaying quite good. Xpeng actually displays far better. If you will ask me, of course, I'm a bit biased here. Xpeng actually delivered 29% deliveries year on year. And NEO was just like 100% increase month on month. So I'm more biased for XPEV. Okay, and also we're going to discuss, of course, one of our best wins is C Limited. The C Limited train keeps on giving. Garena, C Money, Shopee, C Limited, get in bitch because we're going to go $200 a share in 2020. Whether it doesn't happen in 2020 or 2021 or 2022, the point here that we are making is that Garena, Shopee, and C Money, these are the three-headed large behemoth monsters for your SE, such that it is wrong for you to sell your winners. So let me discuss that some fundamentals, of course, for SE. Indonesia, Thailand, the yellow line there is your Shopee, outpacing everyone in Indonesia. Tokopedia, Bukalapak, Lazada, BB, and JD. So as you could see, a very strong run for Shopee. Vietnam, very strong run for Shopee. Singapore, Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia. Truly remarkable. Guys, if you don't understand, Shopee is just still at $50 billion market cap. So even if it's like 60 billion and so forth, it is nowhere in the realm of like expensive. For a company that's growing, there is no price that is called expensive. Any dips of SE has always been a buy. and I see a shit ton of gains in your future. How high is it? Okay, let's talk about the charts. I agree. Some people said at 170, 180, they want to take profit. So we put an arrow there, an arrow here at 194, an arrow here at 212, and an arrow here at 238. This assumes that you have been buying SE all the way, just like a ruler. Buying at 30, 40, 60, 35, 145, 155. This is just a ruler up. Indeed, from 40 to 200, it's like a 5x move in just May, June, July, August, September. Indeed, I would say that you don't have any reason to sell except your own greed. However, tame your greed. Okay, so let's see. I think like there will be are scared. Give yourself there's gonna be an earnings report on C Limited November 17, 6 days after the 11/11 sale, November 11. If you've noticed, Melly, Mercado Libre just released the report like 20% higher. Actually after hours from about 1.2 to 1.4. You might see a C Limited gap up on the eve, either on the eve or after hours. So in my view, since you're still holding a winner, you don't have an aggressive reason to sell. However, if you really, really just want to take profits for whatever reason, I will not stop you. You can take profits here at 184. You can take profits at 194 to 12238. Those are your resistances. And you have a very strong buying area. In my view, my last buy was about 145. However, the recent dip recently was just 159. So I wasn't able to enter it at this level because I still find it a bit expensive. So it's really just my cheap costs that are held. So for those who don't have C Limited, don't worry. I have about 16 stock picks for you that you can buy, assuming a zero portfolio in the USA. Okay, so Elon Musk said 420 is 10 times better than 42. And Awesome10x believes that always find 10x moves. So what can we say? 420, for those who aren't aware, is a cannabis number. Okay, so that is a golden number for your cannabis names. And indeed, we've made some money on the medical cannabis side. GW Pharma, we believe this one gets a buy rating from us at $110 all the way to $100. We do think this one goes 140, 130, the first resistance will be 133. The next resistance is 180. And then after that, it's all-time highs galore. For those who aren't aware, GW Pharma had a gap up because of great numbers from their Epidiolex. Epidiolex is a drug that is a life-saving drug for all the children who are epileptic. So it's a medical cannabis drug. It's the very first FDA-cleared drug. GW Pharma has an extensive coverage inside the Awesome10x. Do watch it if you're an Awesome10x subscriber. Enter our website. We cover all the best 10x moves for you. GW Pharma, 110 all the way to $90 is an acute. Inside the Awesome10x inner circle, as you could see, the last check mark was $18 because that was the last buying entry. Right now, it's trading at 24. The Kamala Harris Biden presidency is actually a very good move. We do see that Green Thumb is going to break 25, 28, and going to be all-time highs. This is in Canada. Green Thumb is dual listed. Canada and also in the US. For those who don't have this, I think that put a buy at about $22. It's going to be tricky for momentum moves like this. You might never have an entry point. That is the risk that you take when you sell. And for those who don't have a winner like these, just try your best to get an entry at about $22 Canadian. So put GTII, Canadian stock, Green Thumb Industries on your buy list. Check it out. If you are an Awesome10x, take a look at some of our cannabis picks. Hexo was a giveaway last week. Last Friday, we said that we were willing to buy Hexo as high as 72 cents. Now, on that Friday, we were able to get Hexo at an even cheaper price of 58.59 cents. That gap down there, we actually entered there. Last Friday, we entered Hexo at about 58.59 cents. Today, it's trading at 72.73 cents. Last night, it went 73 cents from about 62 cents. So this one, in my view, goes $1.20. It could even go $5. So this one is a keep. They are expanding in Israel. Hexo produces medical cannabis drugs. Check it out. This one is actually gonna break even starting next year. Of course, we were saying we were bullish on Grow Generation. This was a free Friday class pick. If you were watching, or if this is your first time, you can actually type it in. Grow Generation, we had a buy rating at about $9 to $12. It was at this level that we bought in. Went as high as 23. Actually, we were so, in just 3 days, I remember getting that 80% move in 3 days. And yeah, so 12 to 23, and then that's how off at 20. We sold actually at about 17. Yeah, 17 to 16. Re-enter 17, 16, 15. We sold, and then at this one, at these consolidation, and then re-entered at about 17.5. Once Grow Generation had announced two acquisitions: the Big Green Tomato and another Denver hydroponics company. I forgot. It was two. So they bought like two companies somewhere in that $17 area. So we bought Grow Generation again. Why do we like Grow Generation? For the reasons being that all the Americans that are actually buying recreational cannabis should actually have a commercial plant. For those who are planting, the highest cash crop is hemp, HEMP, hemp extracts, cannabis, or if you're really just doing indoor farming, growing tomatoes or lettuce or whatever that you are growing into, which is also benefiting 100 to 200% growth, triple digit revenues, all coming from Grow Generation. For an in-depth deep dive, Grow Generation is in our Awesome10x free Friday classes. Just check it out. Type in Grow Generation, Awesome10x, you'll find it. This is part of our Friday free class picks on August. Yeah. This one, we're still holding on to it. I think that there will be some profit taking. If you don't have Grow Generation, try to make an entry at about $20. Although I don't think that you can easily get this. I am not sure. So for this one, for those who are holding on to their Grow Generation, how high does Awesome10x think? For a decade, yeah, I do think that you'll 10x. So just hold on to it. We don't provide targets. However, as long as the trend is your friend, hold on to your Grow Generation. I just wanted to share that last night we also got a good report, Velodyne Lidar. So Velodyne Lidar reports a third quarter earnings report, revenue growing from about $13.5 million to $32 million as of Q3 2020. Year to date, it's still flat for year to date, but very strong pickup on the quarter. So they signed 2,235 sensor units and an average selling price of $5,600. They signed 6 new multi-year agreements, bringing to a total of 24 contracts, 175 projects in the pipeline, up 30% from last year. Initiated commercial shipments of the Velorace, their next generation compact product. They've got $100 million guidance revenue, implying an increase of about, so they're just approximately conservative. So they're $32 million right now. They're thinking that Q4, it might slow a bit down to about 24 million, but still 100 versus 82, that's still huge. The full year GAAP gross margin will be 25%. The losses will still be there as the company is continuing to scale. It's actually a beast in my view. For all the LiDAR believers out there, Velodyne Lidar gives you a buy rating at about $15 below. So the revenues, you could see all of these, the shipments, the agreements, the pipeline, the share outstanding. So for this company, Velodyne Lidar, the ticker symbol is VLDR. It is a SPAC. This company serves at least 50% of all the electric vehicles in the world. It's all about self-driving cars. And for that self-driving car to see, it needs LiDAR, or also known as light detection and range. Check it out. We've done a deep dive coverage on Velodyne Lidar. Cash is still $298 million at the balance sheet at the end of the quarter. Licenses and service revenue up from $1.8 million to $6 million. Put this on your watch list or your buy list if you don't have it yet. Of course, Tesla Tequila. Tesla Tequila is the newest scarce product that Tesla investors are ramping. It's actually already out of the It's already sold out from the Tesla website. Of course, for those who aren't aware, Tesla also did Tesla Sexy Shorts just to really poke fun for all the Tesla shorts. And now it's actually an electric lightning for Tesla. They've made a Tesla tequila to celebrate all the milestones that Tesla has done. Why did I share that? Because for those who aren't aware, everything that is rare will always get a premium. So for instance, this is a bloke, this is in Australia. He discovered that his childhood Pokemon cards are now worth $70,000. If you have the number 2 trainer promo card, it's actually $200,000. That is more than double the price of the number 1 card. However, it's very difficult to find, and singles like this are rare. Therefore, the owner can demand whatever price they like for it. If someone is prepared to pay $200,000 for it, so be it. I think there were some like Nike sneakers that are like 7 million pesos, something like $140,000. So I think there was also a Jordan Nike shoe that was $700,000 or 35 million pesos. The point here is that there is no target price for something that is rare. As long as you own a company that is innovative, doing well, there is no such thing as a target price. And Awesome10x believes that as long as you have something that is powerful and rare, you will actually make money, whether it be a stock, a good, or something, I don't know. So the Shining Charizard card cost $3,500. For all you know, this is a $3 card that is now $3,500. The Shining Charizard marks the first time a shiny Pokemon was found in the card game. The Pokemon itself is holographic instead of the background, and it's worth even more if it has a first edition marking on the bottom left-hand side of the image. The number 1 cost is unknown. The pre-release Raichu card. Kicking at the top spot on the list is the holy grail of Pokemon cards, the pre-released Raichu. Why did I share this? It's just something. So inside the Awesome10x, we always said that you have to have a collection, in your portfolio, you always want to have a combo meal. You have to have like all the types of companies and secular trends. While you have electric vehicles, while you have solars, you want to also have some plant need trends. You also want to have some e-commerce. You've got to have some payments. You've got to have some video games. You've got to have some Lidar, some wearables, some cannabis names, and so forth. So, and you also have to have veterans and rookies. So we also call them the Charizards and the Charmanders and the Charmeleons. So so a young company like a Xpeng can actually 10x your money versus say a Tesla at about $400 if you were buying Tesla. Even if Tesla might actually still double or triple or quadruple, still you have to be aware of discrepancies. A lot of people have already gone. I do believe that Tesla will still continue to go higher. However, the bang for your buck might actually be, it should be a combination move. It should be a combination move. So there's a lot of valuable companies in the world, and think of your portfolio like a Pokemon portfolio. You gotta have everyone. It's not about collecting them all. It's about collecting the best of the breed of secular trends. So it's a pretty decent price for all you know. It's all about the rarity, and that's the thing about the companies in the world. The rarer a company, meaning for a company to keep on growing 100%, 50% for the last 20 years, that is an unimaginable and very, very difficult feat that only a few companies were able to do. Your Netflix did that, your Amazons did that, your Tesla has innovated in several ways more than one. And so these are being paid a premium by the market, of course, after a decade to show for it. I'm gonna share to you. Wait lang ah. So I'm gonna share to you some things. I didn't know that I put it here now. So let me just share to you a few news bits. I'll call later, no. Pero wait lang. I'll just tell someone's calling me, so I'll just like say later. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Sige. So I'm gonna show to you. So you've already known companies that we would be trimming. What companies are we gonna buy? Okay, I have a 15 stock list. Okay, I'm gonna start with a few stocks to buy on November 6, 2020. Number 1, you can go for the Plant Meat PTCF 19. and add at 17, 18, and 17. You can also buy Beyond Meat at 156. I'm going to share to you their charts. So you can still buy these plant meat, TTCF. TTCF is a company here, Tattooed Chef, Cauliflower Crust Pizza. Here at about 19 to 17 is a support in my view. Will go 24, it will go higher. So just buy here, even at current price of 19. You can also buy Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat is going to report their earnings this November 9, next week. So as you can see, this is an uptrend for Beyond Meat. 140 plus was the recent drop. There was a recent high at 180. I do think that this one moves back to about 180 to 200. So you want to actually buy more Beyond Meat if you don't have it. If this is your first entry at 157, you may buy at 157 with a leeway to add more at 140 if it actually doesn't do well on the earnings front. However, in my view, Beyond Meat and Tattooed Chef will actually outperform. They will have 100% or more growth. Between the two, of course, Tattooed Chef is cheaper. However, a premium on Beyond Meat is warranted because it is expanding globally, also in China. So also through a lot of franchise partners, whether it be Starbucks, whether it be Alibaba, put it on your buy list or watch list if you have it. The next buy pick that will give you is Kopin and Vuzix. Kopin and Vuzix. Kopin you can still buy at 1.44. These will be wearables, 1.44 and 130. Vuzix gets a buy $4, $3.60. I'm gonna share to you. Wait lang, guys. I wouldn't. I think like Eman at current levels might not. I'm neutral. I'm gonna share to you why Kopin is actually it might be actually the better one. Sige, teka lang ah. Kopin actually released results this week, 20% up. You could see from 120, it's now trading at 144. We do think this one goes to $2 eventually. So let's take a look at the earnings results of Kopin. So this is actually an earnings play, and you want to actually buy it after the earnings report. We already saw that revenues have been increasing. Let's read it together. Kopin announces a very solid result for third quarter of 2020, increasing 55% year over year. Net loss is actually narrow from 8 cents to 1 cent. It's developing the world's brightest color dual stack OLED micro display. Leading developer with AR and VR, today providing an update. Momentum continues. John Fan, the CEO of Kopin. Business is strong across all multiple segments, led by defense product revenues, increasing 140% in the quarter compared to the third quarter in 2019. Fighter jet program. We are awarded 23 million follow-on contract for the fighter jet program with scheduled shipments throughout 3 quarters next year. Guys, we expect to build in the current defense. So it's really defense. Near the end of the quarter 3, we also observed exciting growth from enterprise customers. For those who aren't aware, Kopin's enterprise customer is Google. So they are actually one of the Google Glass manufacturers. One trend, we are suppliers. One trend we're seeing is that the forced remote and socially distanced approach to work during the pandemic has accelerated adoption by many enterprises, transitioning into production into 2021, continuing to drive the revenue momentum. On October 28, organic OLED emitting micro displays, low power, So Dr. Fan concluded, we are along adopting AR/VR, finally beginning to take hold. We are excited about the future. Sales, 6.5 million, 30% increase. R&D, 3 million. So most of the money is actually going to R&D. And then SG&A, net loss, conference call about Kopin. You can read all about it, or you can actually watch our coverage on this. We covered this as early as July 2020. Okay, so Kopin gets a buy 140. Next, Vuzix. Let me share to you Vuzix. Vuzix also has been adopted very well, very strong earnings. This current level of $4 is an entry point. So we have an entry at 250, 260. Even at $4, this is actually a buy point. Let me read to you all the news on Vuzix. Earnings next week, November 9. So we do expect this one will do well on earnings. We are aware that Vuzix is actually going to have... So Vuzix has partnered with a lot of hospitals and smart glasses. They've partnered with Verizon for some 5G deployment, also with so many defense contractors, even the government. So you could actually check it out. Vuzix receives a follow-on contract from U.S. Defense, further developing customized So basically, you can read all about it. You can actually even watch our coverage on Vuzix. It was given for free. A free Friday class at 260. We discussed Boozy already there. Just try to understand why we like Boozy. So I'm gonna like shortcut it right now. So you've got that to check and plant meat trend. The next move would be some Disney at 125 and some Facebook even at 290. So these would be streaming and Facebook is actually gaming plus e-commerce for those who aren't aware. Okay, so we have been mentioning that these are one of our no-brainer stock picks. No-brainer because it's too easy. Nonetheless, you can still watch our coverage on them. Disney, of course, it's a streaming play. They are doing a greater focus on streaming. At 125, even at 126, we do think that you can add more. It is a reopening play, a theme park play. It's not going to 10x your money. However, I think a 2 to 3x within about 5 years is there on the cards. Put it on your buy list. Also, next is Facebook. Facebook, even at $290, merits still a buy. I don't care if you bought at 250, 260. Of course, we also bought there. We also bought at 160, 170, 209, 210, 220. This one will still continue to be buy. Facebook has a very strong deployment of WhatsApp payments abroad. So especially in India, I think it's here. Facebook rolls out India wins with an WhatsApp permit and an Ambani deal. The Geo, remember that. Facebook and Geo work together in India. Facebook finally racks up India wins with a WhatsApp permit and a Bani deal, rolls out the WhatsApp Pay in India. Guys, for those who aren't aware, if you are so bullish on IPO, you are missing out on the fact that Facebook is the WhatsApp Play in India, the payment platform of India. Facebook finally rolls out WhatsApp Pay in India. So this is like the GCash for the Filipinos, and this is like the Ant Financial Alipay, but this is in India. Facebook platform WhatsApp is rolling out its payment service in India. So it's actually an India play. It's also a payment play. It's an e-commerce play. It's a digital advertising play. It's an everything app play. Facebook at 290 still a buy. Let's see. I still think that XPEV, even at 31, still merits a buy. However, I think it opens at 35 right now. Do try to put a bid until November 30, 2020. You never know. Maybe some people might profit take on it and give you an entry. I do think that there will be some gaming. Okay. Let me just give you some entries further. 70 cents for Hexo will still be a buy. GRWG, this might be too high at 23. So try to post at 20 if you don't have it. You can still buy Sunrun at 56 below. You can still buy GWPH at 110. So that's a bit Kamala, medical cannabis, some solar names for you. Some games you can still buy CD Projekt at 370 and 375 and 360. That would be Cyberpunk 2077. You could still buy Bluebird at 150. You may still buy Gravity at 134, 122. You could still buy, did I say VLDR already? Okay, I haven't. VLDR Lidar 15 below. You may still buy FUV at $6 or RC Moto. Still buy ChargePoint $14.50. Still buy CleanSpark $8.50. Still buy Fastly at about $70. And lastly, Palantir and Unity at 100. And sige, I'll add even at 11. So we like these names. Let's see if you got it all. Most of these are still held by us. We don't have a sell. Teka lang. Let me try. I'll just put this 2 columns. So let me just repeat all of our buys for you. Teka lang . So buy that. So sorry. Another one. Text. Wait lang. Okay. So that you can screenshot that if you want. Yeah, so like these companies are stocks that you can buy on November 6, 2020. Put a buy on these 21 names. See if you can get even just half of them. And usually, guys, if this is your very first portfolio, put 5% of your entire portfolio in each pick. And also know that we are assuming that your portfolio in the global world for stocks is 25% maximum asset allocation of your money. Okay, what does that mean? Assuming I only have $1,000 every month or 50,000 pesos, that means I can save $250 into stocks. So let's say I saved up for a year, 250 times 12 for about $3,000. That means on my $3,000 account, my first initial starting account, that would be about 150,000 pesos. That means that 20 names, 3,000 times 5% is $150. So you can buy $150 worth of Tattooed Chef, $150 of Beyond Meat, $150 of Kopin, Vuzix, Disney, Facebook, Xpeng Motors, Hexo, Grow Generation, Sunrun, GW Pharma, CD Projekt, Bluebird, la la la. Guys, in interactive brokers, you can buy fractional shares. So if you're just $150 amount, yes, you can buy. Even if it's just $100, you can. So if you have any questions, do ask us here on Awesome10x. I was actually, yeah, I'm surprised that I have a lot of time. I thought that I wouldn't finish. So that is a watch list for you that you can still add. Some of these names, you already have it. We're just adding more. Yeah, so I wouldn't know how margined you are. So if you are super margined, I'd say that there will be some profit taking on the 80% moves of like Xpeng. Expect that there will be some selling off. However, there will also be buyers on the higher low. What else can I say? There was a question I got asked, why isn't Eman not chosen? Actually, for Eman, even at 120, 125, I do think that this one goes higher. But there has been some resistances at about 140, such that in my view, do take a look at the earnings later. I think like from a catalyst perspective, you want to wait it out. So I'm not a bear. However, I think that I need to like I'm not a bear actually. I have Eman. I have a very tiny Eman position. I bought it at 85 cents here, sold here at 160, bought back again at 125, sold here at about 140, 143. I love you. At 125, I'm not thinking of buying it back. I do have a position, but it was just like the souvenirs that I still have here. I wouldn't sell a lot, but it's not the clearest buy right now. It's not a clear buy to me. Like I have no easy catalyst today. Okay, we got some questions. I'm just new with interactive brokers. I'm gonna familiarize myself with their trade workstation. I'm using eToro for a year already. It's okay. Guys, first, for those who aren't aware, interactive brokers, the reason why we advise people to open an interactive brokers account is because they have the cheapest rates. So you could actually invest for a very small amount, like even at $1,000. I honestly think you can even open, even if you just funded with $500. But I would suggest that you at least invest $1,000 for your initial capital, and then you grow it slowly. Hopefully, after every 6 months or every year, that you add on to your interactive brokers account. Fees are $1 every trade, every buy, every sell. And of course, I am looking forward to some IPOs upcoming. Airbnb is coming out. Let me read that Airbnb IPO. I think there is a news that they're coming out this oops, sorry. They're coming out at they're coming out this December. Airbnb is planning to file more than $30 billion as early as next week, despite the pandemic. So guys, do open your account. Make sure that you are ready for this. We have Airbnb in our coverage. Yes, I like this company. I hope we can enter without paying such a premium, no? Yeah, this one lineup. We will enter this if we can enter a $30 billion market cap. Are there more questions? So for November 11, I think everyone is already excited for the move of C Limited. That's why it went breakout. But let me just share to you and reiterate our e-commerce names. So actually, Mercado Libre was a buy for us about $400, $500 here. And then right now it's about times 3 already, 400, depends on your cost. Let's say you bought 450, then 500 times 3, you're more than 300%, right? So take note that from 1.2, it went 20% to 1.4. I think a lot of people are expecting that C Limited will also get a big breakout, just like Square did, like all the breakout earnings. You can see 160 to 184 for C Limited. People are pricing in a strong earnings report this coming November 17. Similarly, we are saying the same. We are seeing the same thing on JD and Pintuotuo. We have these names already, so we're just holding on to them. You could see that the market is pricing in a very strong e-commerce front for these names, and so that is, I think, like the market sentiment, and I would agree with that. For payment plays, I didn't make an end. Kasi to me, 140 honestly for Square is a bit expensive, but it never even reached 140. It only reached something like 150. It's now at 175. I think after hours, Square is already 184. So there is some resistances at Nasdaq. Let me show you QQQ. Nasdaq 100. There will be some resistances in my view here at about $300. So it's normal for me if I see people take profit on their SunPower, their Xpeng Motors. I think that there will be some selling pressure. However, if you take a look at these trends worldwide, the Kamala and the Biden, you could see there will be some resistance on Xpeng and SunPower tonight. If you really are so happy, you can take profits. However, I don't think you can get SunPower back at 15. Just be aware of that. Like, not necessarily your winners will pull back. People are asking, do you still recommend C Limited to be a buy at current price? Personally, I'm not buying at these levels. So it's not in my buy list, but it's not also in my sell list. These are still, I believe, in my buy list. So try to choose from here. And actually, I gave a buy list last week as well. I still gave a lot of SPAC picks, actually. I gave a lot of SPACs to be bought. Novs is okay as a buy at 11 below. Indoor farming, this one is still okay. Loc, we gave a buy actually last week. Loc, we got in at about $10.30, but even at 11 below, we were saying to buy. Even FIAC, Flying Eagle at about $11, it went there. So yeah, Hero at $11, it got there. Actually, you can check out, for those who are new, check out our class. Let me see. Let me show to you that class. Awesome 10x buying opportunities. When did I share that? So last week yun eh. I gave it last week. Just check out that Friday class. Here, October 30, 2020. Pre-Friday class with Nikki, October 30, Friday. Yeah, so I do have a lot of, for those who are, for those who are just watching this for their first time, you can, I'm going to share to you now, just let me plug awesome10x.com. So here's what you can find in awesome10x.com. So inside the awesome10x.com, you can find the following. So the courses, of course, you'll find the courses will teach you how to construct a corporate portfolio properly so that you can just buy and hold it and sleep well at night. Go to your Awesome 10x Inner Circle for the classes that you've missed. Of course, if you're new, you want to enter, you want to read first, watch the Welcome to the Inner Circle, the Mastermind, the Inner Circle. Watch the at least 3 months worth of the most recent ideas, because that will be companies that you can still buy. So example, GW Pharma, Fastly, so that you understand why we're buying them, how to find Awesome 10x companies, learn from Awesome 10x investors, buying opportunities on October, some market updates. Miniso, we covered them. So we'll tell you which prices, how to enter Miniso. General overview on cancer therapies, and then Array Technologies, Rewalk. So at least you have an understanding about the companies that we like. So example, a while ago, you heard me say about Kopin and Vuzix. Assuming that you don't know anything about them, can actually check it out at the categories. So far, the categories is done through titles. So every month, and then you'll see every month So if you're new, try to check out at least 3 months worth. So maybe watch all the things on September, October, November. And then if you have time, do check out even the July and August. So actually everything there will help you because it's actually a timeless, all of our classes are meant to be understood timeless. So example, tattooed chef for people who give a crop. We have been bullish on tattooed chef ever since $14. So the reality is this is a buy on 2 times already for us. So tattooed chef prior to being tattooed chef is FMCI. Bought here at about 14, also sold at about 24, 26. Some of us were very, very good. They even sold it as high as 28. Buyback at about 16, 18. Today, even at 18, 19, that is a buyback. Bought here, sold here, bought back here, sell here. So you'll make a lot of money following our picks. So there, thank you very much. I hope you learned something, and Friday free class ends. Bye-bye.